Hello and welcome back to our channel. From the Greek Freak missing a wide open dunk to LeBron acting tough at the charity stripe, only to be humbled a few seconds later. Even the best players of all time have had some moments they'd like for us to forget about. This is Hoopers, and today we're gonna talk about NBA Legends' most embarrassing plays. This is going to be a fun one, so without further ado, let's get right into it. Obviously, it's not often that we see NBA players making fools of themselves, since the league's home to the best of the best. But at the end of the day, no matter how great dudes like LeBron and Jordan are, they're humans just like the rest of us. So every now and then, these guys have some of the most embarrassing lowlights. And since we're so used to them dominating all the time, we're left speechless every single time it happens. I mean, Giannis is one of the best dunkers in the league, and he can easily slam the ball home in the traffic. So wide open dunks are nothing for him. Yet he missed one against the Hornets in 2019. What the hell was that, Giannis? I mean, he was trying to do too much, and clearly that didn't work out in the slightest. Much like Antetokounmpo, Kawhi Leonard's one of the players who'd spoil us since he's so good when he's out on the court, and the thought of him missing an easy shot just seems outlandish. But in the 2017 playoffs, that's exactly what happened.
Right now, this is what Houston wants to do. A little shoulder by Simmons, ball jarred free. Simmons cracks the ball with the turnover by the Rockets. Anderson into Kawhi Leonard.
Damn, Kawhi, couldn't you have just banked it off the glass instead? It would have been an easy 2 points for you. And in Draymond Green's case, he could have got his team an easy 3 points if he just passed the ball to Curry. But instead, this dude chose to launch a half-court shot with 7 seconds left in the game. Come on, Dre, that was one of the goofiest plays I've ever seen. Not only did you have a lot of time to play with, but Steph was right there. Curry was obviously pissed at Green, but at least his team's being on the opposite end of an embarrassing play. Remember the time that Chef was up against the Clippers in 2015 and absolutely humiliated Chris Paul? Sheesh. Talk about being sauced and crossed. Curry made the point, God touch earth with that move. And even though it's been years since it happened, people never let Paul forget about this play. And believe it or not, that was the only time Steph embarrassed the hell out of an elite point guard. When the Warriors met the Wizards in October of 2017, Curry made John Wall look like a fool. To make things worse, this happened after he was talking smack to the Chef. But it's safe to say he didn't run his mouth anymore after he got humbled. Speaking of being humbled, it's not just opponents who can do that in the NBA, because sometimes even the backboard can. Just ask Blake Griffin. Every Warriors fan in attendance rightfully loved every bit of that, while Blake probably realized he should think twice before letting it fly from the corner. And I'm sure Damian Lillard is gonna think twice before being careless about his dribbling. Cause with around 2 seconds left in a game versus the Magic, he dribbled the ball onto his foot and it went out of bounds. The Blazers won the game since they were up 7. But that still made for a hilarious moment, because Dame was out there dribbling the ball like he was a kid who bought his first basketball. Then there's Russell Westbrook, who took things a step further when OKC was up against the Dubs in the 2017 season. After Golden State scored, Russ got the ball after it was inbounded to him. And then he chose to treat fans to the funniest travel of all time. Yeah, the Brody was out here holding the ball in his hands and taking 6 steps. In the words of Chris Smoove, give that guy a manual, what are you doing? Luckily for us, we have an answer, because Curry asked Westbrook the exact same question, but Westbrook simply told him, I don't know. At least in Russell's case, you could argue that he had a brain fart, but some players have embarrassed themselves thanks to their own arrogance. Hoopers have this thing where they just know when the ball's gonna go in, though there are times when they're wrong about it, and Nick Young knows this better than anyone else. To be fair, it did look like it was gonna go in, but since it didn't, Young was out there looking like a goofball.
Look how much enthusiasm the Lakers are playing with.
More from Steph.
Shot to the
Back to the ball.
Shot to the fool.
That's great.
But then Kemba Walker somehow managed to outdo Nick Young back in 2016. He attempted the shot and the rest was history, at least in Nick's case. His celebration wasn't anything too crazy, but Kemba was way too extra with his selling, doing one of the cleanest shimmies you'll ever see. The only issue, of course, was the fact that he bricked the shot. It was so funny that it became a viral meme, and I'm sure none of us will ever forget about it. The same goes for the man himself, James Harden. You see, when Philly faced off against the Celtics in the 2023 season, the Beard made a fool out of Marcus Smart, so he broke the hell out of his ankles. Then this happened. Yeah, not only did Harden hit the shimmy, but he was wide open, yet he still bricked the three. And the funniest thing's that this happened to James before too. But if you thought that was bad, check out what Jameer Nelson did to Paul Pierce. I'll have to whip out another Chris Smoot quote for this. Give that guy a map, where are you going? Seeing a seasoned veteran like Pierce getting his ankles broken like that is just crazy. But a rookie Allen Iverson embarrassing prime MJ's something that no one saw coming. Sure, everyone knew Al was gonna be special, but what he did to his airness almost seemed illegal. I mean, damn, how can you be so smooth with it as a rookie? And on top of that, how did he do that to Jordan of all people? I guess Mike wasn't as invincible as everyone thought he was. That said, at least MJ didn't embarrass himself as much as Steph did when he was up against LA. Let's just take a second to process what the hell even happened there. First, Steph looks like an idiot thanks to his failed dunk attempt. And when he got the chance to redeem himself with an open three, he airballed it. Yeah, I don't think anyone saw that coming.
Triple header in New Orleans in game number 1. Defeated Memphis 105-83. Anthony Davis sitting out because of injury. Here's Curry off the steal. And oh, look out, Curry slipped. And now shoots for 3.
Obviously, he's allowed to have off nights, but back-to-back, Shackton, a fool, plays it outrageous. Though not as outrageous as LeBron's most embarrassing play, the Lakers were up against the Pistons, and James was at the free throw line. He was clearly feeling confident. A little too confident if I say so myself. So he told the Piston players, "I'ma shoot this with my eyes closed." He was obviously trying to do what MJ did. Except he failed miserably because he bricked the free throw. As you can imagine, everyone made fun of him like crazy.
His comment was, if they lose this game, I'll walk to Los Angeles. I immediately got on the horn to our producer. Check out how many miles it is.
And how long it would.
And as expected, a lot of haters told Bron to become better at shooting them with his eyes open before trying to do these antics. All of these players go to show us one thing: it's okay to mess up. So the next time you're out hooping and embarrass yourself, remind your friends that even LeBron and Jordan have had to deal with humiliation. On that note, we'll wrap up today's video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Hoopers, because there will be more awesome videos coming every week.